Welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how much money I've made freelancing on Fiverr for just over 1 month. This is something you can do as well. Perhaps you are in a situation where you can do with the extra income. Granted, you have the equipment you will need in order to do the work, such as a laptop, computer, internet connection, etc., depending on what your niche will be. So what I want to cover are the pros and cons. What can you expect as a new seller, how much you can potentially earn in a month, and what tips and tricks I can give you in increasing your visibility, your click-through rate, your orders, so that you can start earning some more income. If it's either on the side or do full time, I will be able to give you insight into that. Okay, this is my profile. Let's start off looking at my dashboard. Currently, you have all of the statistics you need. If you log into your seller account, this is what it will look like for you. Right now, I'm still a new seller. I haven't earned any badges yet, and that is because of the success score, which is still rather low. But let's have a look at my progress, and we can see we have a progress tracker. So I qualify for everything except for this one thing, and that is this, the success score. Now, the annoying part is that I don't know what the metric is that they use. So it says here, this metric analyzes each of your gigs in key areas related to the order process and your relationship with clients relative to other freelancers. Your overall success score considers your individual gig scores, with more weight given to gigs with more orders. So my guess is I don't have enough orders. So what can you expect? If you create a new account, you're going to have to create a gig. As a programmer, an MT4, MT5 EA developer, I develop my own systems. You'll have more than likely seen some of them either on MQL5 or if you just watch some of the videos. So I then created this gig, which we can go into details here. So this is what it looks like. You'll have a profile picture, your ranking, your country, and all of the other details. Now I do have pictures up here as well as a video. I'll cover these a bit later on, what it actually does for your visibility. And then these are the packages. We have 3 different packages, and then these are the reviews that you'll have from your customers. Not everyone is going to leave a review, so let's quickly have a look at how you would set up your gig. What will you be doing? If you have background in web design, try using Wix, website builder. Try using Squarespace as a website builder, because that means you don't need to edit the actual HTML. You can just click and drag and design a website for a client, for a customer, give them a domain and basically hand it over to them and they pay you money. So if you don't have a skill, look into something that interests you. Some examples are logo design, website design, content writing, social media management, video editing and animation. Technical services will include web development, app development, programming and coding, SEO optimization, virtual assistant services, providing administrative and technical support. I used an accountant on Fiverr to do some of my business accounting. Translation services, voiceover services. If you have a video that you want to create and have a voiceover artist do that for you, it might be for advertising. These are just some examples of what you can do on Fiverr to earn an income. I saw someone selling services of trading on a client's behalf. So they'll trade for you and they would take a profit share. I don't know how successful they were. They would do manual trading. They would link your account to their account and just pay them whatever profit share amount you guys agree on. There are a multitude of different ways of getting creative about how you can provide a service with a skill set that you have and earn money from that. So for example, if your gig will be about creating logos, you will need to create a gig title. So just for demonstration, I've typed in create a logo for your brand. You'll select your category and your subcategory, which will be logo design. You'll select your logo style. That would depend on what you specialize in. And then we have keywords. I have just used generic keywords. I didn't look any of this up. You would use keywords that represent something somebody would type in the search bar. Somebody might just type in logo design, but they might also type in logo design for my brand or logo for my business, so that your gig shows up higher in search. And then negative keywords. I think this is only available if you have the Fiverr Plus program that you need to pay for. You need to pay Fiverr for some things, which is also a negative we'll be addressing a bit later. Then your declarations, you're going to add your pricing, description, frequently asked questions, requirements, gallery, and then you'll publish it. Take your time with these steps. These are steps that are going to sell your product. So take your time, think carefully about what you want to put out there. A big recommendation that I have is to go look at your competitors. Go look at your competition. These are a lot of people in my category. They're going to be ranked rather high because they have badges. So this is level 2, top rated. I do not have a badge yet. So these are going to be the top rated categories. But let's have a look at these pictures, because these are the first things you will notice. This one is a video, but have a look at the pictures. How difficult is it to improve on the other ones, right? How do you stand out? And that is something that you will have to go and look at your competition. These are previous things that I looked at, and I have paid for thumbnails in the past. Not all of them. I think 2 of them. This one and this one. That is on the channel right now, and those are what I've paid for, because you might sometimes run out of ideas. You'll mentally have a picture of what you want, but you don't know how to apply that, or at least I didn't. So yeah, sometimes I pay people for thumbnails. I do all of my video editing, but that is something you can get or do on Fiverr as well if you are talented at editing, if you have a particular style that you go for and works well. This is my, let's just call it a thumbnail, and if you hover over it, you will see it is a video that autoplays, but I made sure to add captions because people don't at default have the audio on, right? So you might see, oh, okay, this is interesting, at least what you can read. Go and have a look at your competition, look at what the top rated guys are doing. Just do something different. Just let your work stand out in a different way. Which now brings me to income. We discussed setting up your gig, what you need to be looking out for, at least in terms of standing out for your thumbnail to a degree. So if we go to my page, no one buys these, right? No one clicks on these. How this works is, at least in my experience, everyone wants to negotiate. No one goes to Fiverr because they want to spend a lot of money. People use Fiverr because they are looking for a good deal. You're going to get contacted by many people. They're going to want to pay as little as possible. And you are incentivized to earn as much as possible. I would highly recommend that you generally stand your ground, because people will walk right over you. Stand your ground, know your worth. Okay, within reason. If other people in your niche are charging $20, the top earners, don't try and start off earning $20 from the get-go, because you have nothing to showcase. You don't have reviews, you don't have an attractive profile yet. So people will click on it, it will be empty, and they might not follow through. Start low. Minimum is $5. Get your foot in the door. Start getting some reviews. I've literally done the same thing. I was creating literal EAs and indicators for people for $5 just to get reviews. After you get your reviews and your profile starts taking shape, you now have images that you can add from previous work. I am fortunate that I have been doing this well before freelancing on Fiverr, so I do have a bit more stuff to showcase. So set your pricing low initially for your first week. After that, you can start increasing your prices. Put it up to $10. You earn more per job and negotiate for that. Somebody might say, can we make it 8? People will always negotiate. Sometimes you have to stand your ground and say, no, I can't do $8. I can only do 10, or there is just no deal. They can't leave a review unless they have purchased a gig from you. So stand your ground firmly initially, because that is where you have negotiating power. As soon as the gig or the service is accepted, then the pressure is on, because now you have to deliver, and they can be difficult sometimes. That is something to keep in mind. Let's talk about the earnings, how much money I have earned in a certain period of time. So for this month, and this month is only a third of the way through, I have earned $96. So that is just for April. If we go back, so it's going to say this year, but it is only since March, which is a total of $504, which if you subtract the $96 for this month, it would account for just over $400 earned in March, right? So my first month, I earned $400. This depends what it means for you. For example, my total earnings for March and April is collectively $504, which in my currency is very close to 10,000 Rand, which is, for some people in South Africa, is quite a bit of money. It's not life-changing whatsoever, but I do know of people who get paid a lot less. And remember, the majority of this was made in the first month. And as soon as I earn my first badge, my earnings will probably increase quite significantly, because now you are a lot more credible. So once I can progress with my badges, Fiverr will rank my gigs a lot higher in search and will have a lot more visibility, potentially increasing sales and how much you can charge per job. You can start increasing all of that, making no longer $400 or $500 a month, potentially increasing that to $800, $1,000 a month. Let's have a look at the analytics so that I can show you some of my observations. It says here you're outperforming 76% sellers in your subcategory, although this is really low, 1.6% click-through rate, and conversion rate is apparently I'm doing better than 98% of people in my subcategory. But this is what is interesting to me. This was from the 12th of March. These are my impressions, 4, 8, 11. This is daily impressions, I believe. And you'll notice this little pink dot here has a spike. Now what has happened here? This is when I uploaded some images to my gigs. Those images I showed previously, these ones. When I added those to my gig, all of a sudden my impressions increased from 19 to 153. The next day, and it remained quite high and gradually dropped off. I think here I was just experimenting with different images, so the same format, but just seeing an A/B sort of a test, just to compare which one is more attractive to people, what stands out more to click on, but didn't do very well. And then here we have another massive increase in our impressions. Now it's that day increased to 274, and that was when I uploaded my video. So I uploaded a video to my profile, so now it shows the image, but as soon as you hover your mouse, it will show me speaking and explaining what I do on Fiverr. And after uploading that, we saw a significant increase again. Gradually, it's been dying off. So my guess is as soon as I get my level 1 badge, which I'm so close to getting, my hope is I get it covered in the next couple of days. This would increase significantly again and potentially remain there, because I think the momentum loss, why it always drops off, is that Fiverr's algorithm basically sees that my profile is still considered new and doesn't want to put it in front of too many people. So I'm going to report back in the future as soon as I have my new level, because as soon as I have my level 1 badge, it allows me to do this. This is what I want to be exploring with the new level. As soon as I'm level 1, I want to see how Fiverr ads play into all of this. If it's worth it, does it increase your sales? It's going to cost money, right? So I'm going to have to pay Fiverr and say, hey, here's money, please make people buy my stuff. So that is what is available at level 1, and this will hopefully be a stepping stone to get to level 2, which allows you to have an AI creation model, amplify your productivity while maintaining creative control, personal assistant, join Seller Plus Premium, consultations, build credibility with top clients, and then as soon as you hit top rated, skip the clearing period and get paid immediately, which is something I want to talk about. When you start selling on Fiverr, you wait 14 days for your payments to clear, a half a month. So they have provided a solution. You join Seller Plus Standard and they will pay you in 7 days. You also get some analytics, but have a look at this. $21.85 is what I spent in order to ensure that my payments clear within 7 days and not 14 days. By joining the Seller Plus program for $21.85, you get paid sooner. So you have to pay Fiverr to pay you sooner. They also take a 20% cut from your earnings. For example, my earnings, $504, this is less 20%. So approximately $120 of this has been deducted in their fees. So not only do they take 20% of your earnings, they will charge you $20 a month in order to get those earnings quicker. Now, it's not only to clear your money within 7 days, they give you marketing tools, they give you an overview on clients so you can see if they have ordered work in the past, how much do they spend. If you see somebody's average spending is $50 to $100, that would give you a bit more confidence in charging them slightly more instead of going as low as possible, not to scare them away. That is what business is all about. And this is technically a business. You are working through a platform that makes you visible to the world. They potentially can help you get customers, paying you for services that they are either not willing to do themselves or do not have the knowledge to do. That is what I wanted to cover today. If you found this informative, please like the video. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.